environment. I believe we live in a fragile world that is dependent on us for survival because we have introduced so many unnatural things. The natural world is still looking to us to help them survive. Every little bit we can do to help survive on this planet, for all of us that are living there, plants, animals, fish, well, makes a difference. I will say that just recently I was asked to be the Indiana Lions Club state chair for the environment. I'm excited about this position. I will be working on a project to recycle plastic waste. If you personally are want more information on this or want to join into this effort, just let me know. Every little bit counts. And I really believe you do not have to be a Lions Club member to do this. When you hear about the project, you will understand why. But I'm not going to talk about that today. In today's class, we will cover how Shaklee Green Cleaners, I'm sorry, I have a little bit problem with my cursor. In today's class, we'll cover how Shaklee Green Cleaners differ from conventional brands. Shaklee is the non-toxic cleaning brand that I've chosen to work with because I like their science, I like their dedication to the environment, I like their dedication to living in harmony with nature. We truly do not need all these chemicals that have been invented to help us survive. Conventional cleaning brands, that word, those kind of stopped me there. I thought, what the heck is a conventional cleaning brand? The accepted brands that perhaps I was taught, you were taught to use, as mom taught us. Perhaps we saw it on TV, or maybe it was just on sale in the store. Non-toxic cleaners are cleaners made from natural ingredients and have no chemicals added. If you're like most people, you're probably looking for a conventional approach to household cleaning, a safer approach. Let's just get this job done, get the house cleaned without adding any chemicals to the environment. However, in your pursuit of a cleaner home, you really need to consider the safety of the products being used to clean your home. I'm going to sneeze. I can hear it coming. This webinar is for you. If you are, it's coming. This webinar is for you, naturally. I'm going to sneeze. If you want safe, green, and effective cleaning products, you want to know which toxic ingredients are harmful for your health and the environment. You want to know which cleaning products you should trust. And this is where I felt you can't talk about non-toxic without at least having something to compare it to or talk about. What you'll learn in this webinar also is why so many brands use toxic chemicals. Why aren't these chemicals tested first? Toxic, the word toxic bothers me. Actually, the reason is there are so many new chemicals introduced each and every day throughout the world. Last time I read an article on this, it said something like 2,000 a day was an astronomical number. But you have to remember that's throughout the world. Scientific research on health effects cannot keep up. It really can't. There aren't enough labs, there aren't enough scientists, it just can't keep up. So consequently, the consumer becomes the test tube. We are the science projects. Have you ever noticed, especially when medicines, new meds are introduced, they're marketed very heavily. We see them on TV, we read them in the magazines, and etc. And then when they're suddenly numerous bad side effects appear, they're suddenly pulled off the market. We are the test tubes. But sorry, I prefer not. What are the hidden ingredients in your cleaning products? Some safe and green cleaning products that I happen to recommend and have worked with. They're healthy green choices. Some green cleaning products can actually be very expensive, and some are concentrated and very economical. Plus much more. I think we are smart enough to be able to work with concentrates. Dr. Shaklee felt that. He thought we had the brains enough to be able to add the water, in which case most of the cleaning products are diluted. And by not adding the water, it saves us money, and it also saves in landfills. Have you ever noticed that the labels of cleaning products have no list of ingredients? Now, yeah, I ask myself, why would they hide this? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But then I was reminded, companies say it's proprietary knowledge. I don't want the competition to know what my ingredients are. But in so doing this, the consumer is left in the dark as to what they put into it and left without being able to make a healthy, clean choice. In the United States and Canada, companies that make household cleaners aren't required by law to print a full list of ingredients on their packaging. This means you have no idea what you are exposing yourself and your family to when you mop your floors or clean the oven or the bathroom, or perhaps are disinfecting your kids' room. I think that's downright scary and dangerous. I couldn't believe it when I read that kids in the United States missed almost 14 million school days a year because of asthma. That's a lot of kiddos with asthma, if you ask me, and the numbers are really increasing. They say now the number is 1 in 10, and from what I've heard, that's what keeps most school nurses the busiest, is dealing with all the inhalers. They now believe that this is linked to poor indoor air quality caused in part from chemical cleaners. Do you remember hearing during the flu epidemics of past how schools were being disinfected with bleach? The desks and water fountains, doorknobs and chalk trays, I don't have chalk, but were all wiped down, in most cases with bleach. Bleach is one of the most deadliest chemicals on earth. In fact, I had actually heard it was the deadliest. And home cleaning products may be as harmful as smoking 20 cigarettes a day. A study by scientists at the University of Bergen in Norway found that the regular use of cleaning sprays can have the same health impact as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. That blew my mind. The big loophole exists because there aren't any testing requirements for most of the chemicals in cleaning products. No testing for health concerns or safety. And again, it's just because of numbers. I love that Europe reverses the burden of proof. Manufacturers have to show that chemicals are safe before they introduce them. In the United States and Canada, chemicals are innocent until proven guilty. Some days you wonder about why we can't be more like Europe. They just seem to be a lot more health conscious. So it begs the question, why do so many brands use toxic ingredients? The answer is simple. It's cheaper and more profitable to use them. It's cheaper to use chemicals rather than do the research to find pure natural products that actually work. We're going to do a poll. How often, whoops, I gotta launch this. How often do you buy laundry detergent? Do you buy it once a month, as I do? A lot of laundry, especially in the summer, thinking of everyone with all the kids home. Every other month as my kids are grown. Every 6 months as there's just 2 of us. I don't do laundry, maybe mother does it. Whatever the laundromat has in the machines, please vote your choice. Okay, most of us have voted, so let's see what our results are. The majority of us buy laundry detergent about every other month or every 6 months. Are you buying your detergent based on familiarity? Are you buying based on sales and then perhaps stocking up? I know a gal friend of mine that strictly buys off the coupons and she stocks them up and she can get them for next to nothing. She doesn't buy based on the detergent or the brand. She buys strictly based on the coupon. Do you take the time to read the label of the detergent you've chosen? The next question, of course, is how much are you spending on detergent? I have to admit, we do a lot of laundry. It seems like we are doing, I would say, a good 5 to 6 loads a week, which for me is a lot because it many times ends up to about 2 loads every other day. But I only purchase laundry detergent maybe twice a year. And that bottle costs me $12.95 or $2.15 a month or 16 cents a load. And I have no problem with getting the odors out of my clothes, nor getting my clothes clean. And that's thinking in terms of grass stains and grease stains and the likes of that. Am I a penny pincher when I think of 16 cents a load? You bet I am. Means I have more money to spend for summer fun instead of giving it to big business. Shaklee is easy to buy. It's shipped to your home and on auto ship. Can be shipped every 3 to 6 months, or you can pick it up from me. I'm going to stop a minute and see what our chat is. Okay. Anybody have any questions here? Thank you, Anna, for the sneeze. Now, come on. I do want you to talk about, to add comments to the chat. If there's a comment you make, something you hear me say, don't hesitate to make a comment because we all learn from comments and questions. Hidden ingredients in your cleaning products can hurt your family and our environment. It floors me that some laundry detergents can actually induce asthma, and they're still allowed to be sold. And that cleaning your bathtub may be exposing you to cancer-causing substances. And your dish soap could be doing damage to the fish and aquatic life near your home. And yet again, they're being allowed to be sold. This hits me because I do remember when they changed some rules in the fish and suds, and that was something I was experienced. And then when we talk about cancer causing in the bathroom, that sticks out too. Oop, Bob just reminded me I have a question. So why would the FDA approve something that's toxic? The Federal Drug Administration does not have enough people to test all the various chemicals that are introduced each year. So as it happens with medical drugs, the cleaning products slide by. And what I think what comes to mind with me on the FDA is where I saw that the FDA especially let us down was with the calcium fortifier that all the women were encouraged to take years ago, and I don't remember the name of it. Those things don't stick in my head. It's the brand name, but everybody was taking them because they had osteoporosis or osteopenia, that they were going to get osteoporosis, and everybody was afraid. So they were sold heavily, marketed heavily, sold heavily. Why the FDA did not step in and check those chemicals out is beyond me, because what happened in the long run is the women started having problems with their jaws. The jawline in their, obviously of their mouth, started deteriorating badly and disforming a lot of the people that were taking that calcium tablet. Now we're talking medicines versus laundry, but if they can't stop the sale of a drug that caused such horrific disfigurement, why would they be interested in what you breathe in when it comes to your laundry detergent? They aren't. You'll find this, that even in supplements, the FDA is not necessarily our friend. Here are just 3 of the many killer chemicals that you may not find on the label. We're just going to talk about 3, of which unfortunately there are many more. Sodium hydroxide, or commonly called lye, is found in dishwashing liquids, laundry products, oven cleaners, scouring cleanser, tub and tile cleaners. Do you use any of those products? Side effects: inhalation is immediately irritating to the respiratory tract. If you ever sprinkled a lot of Comet into your sink to really scour that sink and create a little bit of a dust cloud there, and what did you start doing? You started coughing. Contact can cause severe damage to the eyes, skin, mouth, and throat, and can even go as far as causing liver and kidney damage. Remember here, we're talking about laundry products too with sodium hydroxide. I don't know if you see my pointer or not. Laundry products that kind of scare me. Linens that we sleep with, our nose is pressed against for how many hours a night? Hopefully you're all getting 8 hours. But what about the clothing you're wearing? And that's 24 hours unless you're in the shower or the bathtub. A person cleaning scale off the shower walls using a tub and tile cleaner can inhale 3 times the acute exposure limit of toxins, which amounts to: do you clean with the vent fan or the windows open? You run that fan when you're cleaning your bathroom? Are you using gloves with the tile cleaner and a sponge, and perhaps instead of a cloth that can flop around and actually touch your skin? And do you have a mask on so you're not breathing in any of those fumes or vapors? Hydrochloric acid, an acid used primarily in the formation of PVCs, which of course is in plastics. Found in odor eliminators and toilet bowl cleaners. Side effects: can cause severe damage to the skin. It can be harmful to health if inhaled, and can also be fatal if swallowed. If a baby gets a hold of a toilet bowl cleaner, it's bad, bad news. But look at the odor eliminator. What do we use an odor eliminator for? We're spraying it in the air. And then we turn around and we do what? We inhale it. Butyl cellulose, a surfactant, found in cleaning wipes, degreasers, floor polish, rug shampoos, toilet bowl cleaners again, tub and tile cleaners, and window cleaners. Out of this group, do you use cleaning wipes? They seem to be becoming more and more popular. What are the chemicals in the cleaning wipe that you are using? And how many times do you use it in the kitchen or on an eating surface, such as your kitchen table, counter, or perhaps the baby's tray? Are you rinsing the surface after you used the cleaning wipe? Side effects: can cause irritation and tissue damage from inhalation. Now there I jump at floor polish and rug shampoos, which is my pets and my babies on my rugs. Granted, rugs have other synthetic chemicals in there, but when I think of the amount of time I'm spending spot cleaning my rug with my new puppy, I can't help but really be concerned about this. We talked about tub and tile cleaners, and window cleaners are the next thing we will talk about. Can cause irritation and tissue damage from inhalation. As I said before, remember, 15 minutes of cleaning the shower, especially in an unvented room, can result in 3 times the toxic exposure to butyl cellulose and, let's see, what was the other one? Not hydrochloric acid, and sodium hydroxide. Boy, that's 2 chemicals. These are just some of the toxic ingredients found in cleaning products today. Unfortunately, there are many more. The air quality inside your home can actually be more toxic than outdoors. And I know here some days when they're working on the houses or resurfacing the roads, etc., it's like, you got to be kidding me. Air pollution can be up can be up to 5 times higher inside than outside. But the biggest question is who knows what a lifetime of exposure will do to our children and pets? I think for those of us on this webinar tonight, we forget that these chemicals have come in our later stages of life. They weren't there in our developmental years of life. Who knows what a lifetime of exposure will do to our children and may shorten the life of our dear pets. Most cleaning products have been presented in the last 30 years, and we're beginning to notice how they accumulate in our bodies. Sorry, folks, again, I say I don't want to be a test tube. I know sometimes it's easier to just buy what's in the store, but if you're still buying chemical cleaners, who knows what it's doing to you? We're going to go back to a poll. I can stop and say, Karen says, I always call the cleaning products for bathroom spray and run. And usually the FDA doesn't approve or disapprove most cleaning products because the manufacturer won't label what's on them. That's true. We get into that proprietary problem there. And if it's not on the label, then there's no problem with the marketing of the product, because the truth in marketing states that it's just what's on the label that needs to be displayed. I mean, needs to be, not displayed, I'm sorry, doing two things at once. Needs to be researched. My next poll is, how often are you buying a window cleaner? Once a year. I rarely use window cleaners. Twice a year. I clean all my windows twice a year, in spring and the fall. Every other month, because I use window cleaner a lot for cleaning, or I never use window cleaners. Okie dokie. Some of you, oh, there we go. Now we got the vote in. All done? Interesting on here. Once a year, I rarely use window cleaners, 43% of you, and almost 30% never use them. Obviously, you may not be very happy with your window cleaner. Those of you who do use it every month or twice a year, be careful when you use it because of blowback, which is the mist drifting back at you, standing too close. Many of them contain ammonia. Let's see, any other questions? I'm checking to see if we have any other questions in our questions. Q&A. Okay, I think that was answered. Okay. I just cleaned mine with Basic H. Ah, yes, Karen, we're going to talk about that. Actually, we use that a lot. Fosamax, that was the one I was thinking of, Gail. You're right, it was Fosamax. And it was a big push on Fosamax until all these women started getting disfigured. And obviously, once your bone is lost in your jawline, good luck getting it back. So yes, it was very, very, very awful for those women involved. As long as I have as long as we've stopped now, I would like to encourage you to put your address and phone number. I think I have all your phone numbers. Put your address in the chat area. And if you'd like, I'll send you a free sample of Basic H. This will give you enough for 3 16 ounces of cleaner with instructions on how to use it and some suggestions. Basic H is my go-to cleaner for everything. So make a note, add your address in there, or at least to say, yes, send me some. I think many of you have it, and those that don't, let me know and I'll be glad to give you some. Did you know that many doctors and cancer treatment centers tell patients to rid their homes of conventional cleaning products once they've been diagnosed with the big C? And of course, we know what that is. That's cancer. This is because they are aware of the volatile organic compounds, VOCs, I think you've heard that, but in most cases probably referred to, if we believe TV, in paints. But VOCs are actually found in cleaning products, which may have short and long-term adverse health effects. Concentrations of VOCs are consistently higher indoors, can be up to 10 times higher depending upon what you're doing, than outdoors. This is why Mama always told you to open those bedroom windows to air out that house, weather permitting, get the air exchanged and hopefully the toxins out that window. So I have to ask you, why not get rid of these products before the damage occurs? Why wait to be sick? Why wait for cancer before reducing your exposure to known or potential causing chemicals? I am a firm believer in every little bit counts. Green cleaners, in my experience, work better and are less expensive. Green products have no ingredients that can be harmful to your health or the environment. They are made completely from natural ingredients that are readily available, biodegradable rather, in 28 days for Shaklee. They contain no phosphates, known as water pollutants, or phthalates, known as endocrine disruptors. And they use plant-based, not petroleum-based ingredients. I want to share a, whoops. Yeah. When I wrote this down, I thought, what the heck? What the heck is a phosphate? I remember it from camping back in the early 70s with the boys, that it was all about suds. Phosphates, I think of suds, lots of them. The purpose of phosphates is to soften water, but it is these very chemicals that also reduce the oxygen in water for aquatic animals and fish. They also are responsible for fish abnormalities. Okay. Change for me here. There we go. The canary in the phosphate mine. That poor little fish. It is not filleted. San Francisco Bay, California bans phosphates in all detergents, including dishwashing detergents. I will say that not all states ban it. When I saw this, I got sick. What is a phthalate? A phthalate is used to make plastics pliable. It will be found in the bottle of your cleanser. BPA, which I'm sure you're familiar with, is one of them. It is responsible for a lot of problems: asthma, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity, breast cancer, autism, altered reproductive development. That's really kind of scary. Affects male fertility, behavior issues, neurological development issues, obesity, type 2 diabetes. Yikes, that's a lot. Plastic bowls, pretty, dollar store find, pretty, but made from phthalates. Makes plastic pliable, how nice they nest, but is not dishwasher safe, as PVC chemicals are affected by heat. Look for the recycle code number 3 on the bottom. Not all recycle centers recycle Class C plastics, as it is difficult to degrade or break up or even melt. When I did put this together, I thought, well, I got to offer you a choice. So I looked up. You can buy a half pint of glass jars for $7.36. Use them over and over again. If you have problems with the cap, oh, that's simple. You can buy a new caps and covers. Those are all in grocery stores. They're dishwasher safe. They won't pick up the tomato sauce and stain the plastic. They're safe for your family, safe for the environment, and your leftovers are going to taste a whole lot better. What exactly is a petroleum-based product, I asked myself. We use many petroleum-based products. The biggest problem with petroleum-based products is the risk of breast cancer. That jumps big time. And skin disorders, which kind of there to me kind of fit together. Such, in this case, such as acne, dandruff, skin irritations, back into cancer. Vaseline is a petroleum-based product, and so is glycerin. However, they create an impermeable barrier that does not allow toxins out of your skin. Now, you may want to use Vaseline to cover a burn because we're trying to keep the air out of off that sensitive skin. But other than that, I sure would not be using it for a skin softener or a skin cream at night. There was a gal on TV recently, and her skin just glowed, and she'd been using Vaseline. She'd slather herself down every night. I also had a gal friend that's what she put on her hands every night before she went to bed, was Vaseline. And then she'd put her gloves on, and her hands were sealed tight. Be careful of a cleaner that claims to make your table shine. It probably has a petroleum-based chemical component. There I'm thinking of some of the furniture polishes especially. The average cleaning solution is a mixture of some seriously synthetic chemical substances. Their labels do contain poison warnings for a reason. Many of these substances are petrochemicals, which are complex chemical mixtures starting from petroleum. Like glycerin, which kind of surprised me, for example, because I've always thought glycerin is, I don't know, natural, but it's not, which is commonly found in hand-washed dish detergents. Vaseline and other petroleum jelly ingredients can be found in 1 out of every 15 various products on the market, including lipsticks, baby lotions, and cosmetics. What the heck is an endocrine disruptor? We've heard that comment, and I thought, no, I need to find out exactly what. Some chemicals, once they are inside your bloodstream, and remember, if it touches your skin, within 90 seconds it's in your bloodstream, can actually mimic hormones. And as you see in the illustration above, the hormone is trying to get inside the cell. The illustration on the bottom, if the molecules of the chemical bind to the sites intended for the hormone, they cause an inappropriate response. Thus, these chemicals disrupt the endocrine system. We all know, of course, that the hormones are signalers, trying to think of the right word, but they're the ones that trigger the responses of our organs and help our body function. Thought this illustration was very interesting because without any labels, and I don't want to be a label person, it gives you a very visual impression of what products have endocrine disruptors in it. And I see in there shampoos, besides the cleansers, the dishwashing detergent, and I don't know what this particular product is, the green one on the side here, but this illustration was interesting. And I'm sorry for those people addicted to soda. Soda is an endocrine disruptor. Scary. So what is it? Why should I care? I mean, this is well and good after a while. The endocrine system is often referred to as our hormone system. The hormones are what are made in our glands, released in the bloodstream, and or the fluid around the cells. And these are the ones that tell our various organs and tissues what to do. These chemicals, these toxic chemicals, can actually mimic the hormone, fooling the body into over-responding, especially if you're pregnant with fetus development, responding at inappropriate times, and this can be the insulin when not needed, or spiking your insulin or dropping it. It may affect it either way. It can also block natural hormones from certain receptors and can cause an over and underproduction, such as anger management. We hear a lot of people right now that are really having problems with road rage and anger in general. Attention deficit hyper disorder is also one of those that can fall in this area. And PCOS is also part of a hormone regulation. What are the concerns of endocrine disruptors? Development malformations, interference with reproduction, sterility. The actual birth rate, folks, is declining, and it's due to sterility. Increased problems with fertility. Increased cancer risk, which you know is on the rise. Disturbances in the immune and nervous system. The immune system, of course, is what triggers you to stay healthy or get sick. Current chemical screening programs are inadequate for finding endocrine disruptor effects. Researchers are still working to define the relationship between what is too much and what is okay. Personally, I don't think anything's okay. Here's my little cursor. So we talk so much about how great non-toxic cleaners are, and we are probably, hopefully convinced that we're never going to touch another chemical if our life depended upon it. I'm definitely going to stay away from Dollar General, and I'm never going to go near Dollar Tree. And all. I mean, I'm scared silly right now when it comes to some of these chemicals. But are they as effective? We've always heard many times that rumors are that these natural products don't clean as well. And not only that, I don't want my house smelling like a salad with vinegar and water all the time. If you're accustomed to using regular store-bought cleaners, you may think that the store-bought cleaners actually work better and are less expensive. Aren't green cleaners more expensive? I know you've probably built a great relationship with your cleaners over the years. I certainly had. The one that comes to mind for me was Pine Sol. And I'm sure my kiddos might remember that Mother loved the scent of pine. I mean, the forests, aren't the forests clean? So if my house smelled like the forests, that meant my house was clean. And then it burned my hand so badly, I thought, why the heck did I bother to clean? However, if you're concerned about the health and environmental consequences, and you're considering a breakup, I'd like to suggest trying the Shaklee's Get Clean Starter Kit. The Get Clean Kit contains Basic H, which I missed something that I wanted to tell you about. I'll tell you at the end. Contains Basic H. This was one of the first Shaklee products. It's the first birthday product. Is an all-natural concentrate that allows you to make cleaners using drops to the most 2 teaspoons. This concentrate will make over 5,800 bottles, 16 ounces of window cleaner using 2 drops, not 3, 2. The cost is 0.2 cents per bottle. 1 bottle of Basic H2 makes 378 16-ounce bottles of all-purpose cleaner at 3 cents a bottle. Now, non-toxic does not always mean expensive. And with Basic H, I am able to clean my kitchen, appliances, furniture, sealed woodwork, fixtures, walls, stainless steel, granite, marble, my bathrooms, pots and pans, windows, mirrors, woolens, fine fabrics. I wash my food, my fresh fruits and vegetables with it. I grab that 1 bottle of Basic H. Germ-Off disinfecting wipes come with 35 wipes in a little canister, plastic canister. A no VOC plastic canister that is also biodegradable. It kills 99.9% of E. coli and Salmonella bacteria. The biggest thing about Germ-Off, our only killer product in our line, is the fact that it has a longer surface life on the surface, obviously, to kill bacteria. So as the product disperses on the surface, it is actually cleaning more and not evaporating as much, because remember, bleach has a lot of oxygen in it. Sure don't use bleach on molds. And in this case, the germ off stays on the surface longer and will help help kill bacteria that you're trying to clean. And I'm thinking there about around your meats. When you're working with meats in the kitchen, always have germ off available. Germ off also comes in a quart bottle, that you can dilute in a spray bottle. Why this all came up at once. I'm going to back up because I don't want to overwhelm you. Nature Bright laundry booster and stain remover comes in a plastic, has a plastic canister that again is biodegradable, no VOCs. Nature Bright is our enzyme powder, bleach alternative, biodegradable, no phosphates. Dishwash concentrate, this is for your dishes at the sink, tackles greasy dishes with a few drops, long-lasting suds. I will say here the biggest call for me was hypoallergenic. My hands don't turn red. I don't like washing dishes with gloves on. It also has a biodegradable surfactant, so if I'm washing my dishes camping, I don't have to worry about the wildlife. Dishwasher, automatic dishwasher concentrate. This one is a powder with a refillable canister also, plastic canister, so that Nature Bright and the dishwashing concentrate, in both cases, if you choose to buy the canister once, after that you can buy it in a recyclable pouch that actually costs less to ship and is less in a landfill dispenser that goes with the auto dish. Ours does not have, remember we talked about it, does not have phosphates in our automatic dishwashing detergent. Non-chlorinated formula is enzyme activated to thoroughly clean tough stains. Biodegradable surfactant. One other side comment here is I use Basic H as my water softener. And there is a formula for this, so just don't go pouring Basic H in your dishwasher. If you're interested, I'll give you the formula. Soft fabric dryer sheets, 80 sheets. The big call to the big claim here is our dryer sheets are biodegradable. I won't say all, I'll say most all of the dryer sheets out there sold on the market today are not. Ours are a vegetable-based formula with no fragrance or dyes. However, let's see, that popped up again. However, the Fresh Laundry Concentrate, high efficiency, in this case a liquid, regular scent, 32 ounce, or comes in no scent. I can't tell the difference, quite honestly. I don't smell any scent. Is our triple formulated formula that cleans and removes tough stains. Hypoallergenic, non-chlorinated, is a natural corn and coconut based, plus an enzyme booster to fight tough stains. I will say that I rarely use a dryer sheet because their Fresh Laundry Concentrate rinses out in the washer and consequently is not left in your clothes. In most cases, static cling is from leftover detergent. So if I really want to do anything, I just throw in a tennis ball or a dryer ball into my dryer, and I skip the dryer sheets. I think I've had that dryer sheet box for 5 years. I rarely use it. But the biggest thing that I find exciting about their laundry detergent is it cleans stains. It is an effective stain remover by itself. And for us, for Bob and I, it lasts, that 32-ounce liquid bottle lasts me 6 months. What is nice about this collection of household cleaning is the cost. To purchase all of these cleaners and its equivalent, because remember, the Basic H makes 5,800 window cleaners and 378 super cleaners or all-purpose cleaners. It would cost you $3,400 to replace the cleaning ability of the Get Clean Starter Kit. But you get it only for $99, and that includes this basket. It's a basket. And actually, right now, you get a free lifetime membership with the purchase. Kind of neat. There's the basket to remind you. And it also comes with the 3 bottles for diluting for windows, all-purpose cleaner, and heavy greaser. I just use the window cleaner and make both bottles regular cleaner. After using Shaklee's green cleaners, I've discovered that they work better than harsh chemicals, and as we've talked about, they're cheaper in the long run because they're concentrated. And I feel better knowing that I'm looking for the safety of my family and the environment. All of Shaklee's bottles are biodegradable, not just the ingredients, the bottles themselves. The Get Clean kit comes, as I said to you before, comes with this cool caddy that keeps everything in place. Or you could actually buy another caddy if you want one for upstairs and one for downstairs, and have it very efficient in your home. That's what I want to say. When you purchase the Get Clean Starter Kit, you also make a positive impact on the planet. You'll keep 108 pounds of packaging waste from landfills. You'll eliminate 248 pounds of greenhouse gas. I think at this point, I will stop and tell you a little bit about Shaklee, which is what I forgot to do. Why am I talking about Shaklee? What's the big deal about this? Why would, I have to suggest to you a company if I'm going to sell you the product. Shaklee was founded on a philosophy. A lot of companies start because someone thought they had a neat product idea and wanted to make a lot of money from it. Or maybe because another company was making some money and they wanted to try to copy the idea. That's not with Shaklee. Shaklee started with 2 central ideas. The thought of living in harmony with nature was first and foremost for Dr. C. Shaklee back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. He felt also very strongly about doing business according to the golden rule. As illustrated here, Shaklee has been in business for over 100 years. It is a leading global natural nutrition company with 64 patents. I believe there's more right now with the new youth line, and patents pending. Their first multivitamin started in 1915. He introduced it in 1915 in his horse and cart, honest to gosh, in his horse and cart. And in 1956, Basic H came on the scene. Basic H became the Earth Day product. Shaklee has also put people, the planet, and business integrity first and foremost. It started, as I said, in 1915 with Dr. Forrest Shaklee and is continuing today with Roger Barnett on the right. Shaklee is continuing to put living in harmony with nature in the forefront of its business. That's good for me. And always green, always green. You can talk the talk, but now let's see if you're walking the walk. Shaklee is the first company in the world to be climate neutral certified to totally offset our greenhouse gas emissions. As you see from the awards at the bottom of this illustration, a lot of climate partnership and recognition. Also, to illustrate, environmental awards. They walk the walk. See the official Earth Day product, which I said was Basic H. The Vision for Tomorrow award jumped out at me because that reminds me on how much Shaklee works with NASA. Great partners with NASA. Also, the blue in there reminds me of the partnership that Shaklee has with the Ocean Alliance and Jacques Cousteau. From the forests out there to the mammals and fish underwater. The most environmental company. If I'm going to choose green, I'm going to choose Shaklee. It has to be Shaklee. This month, there are 2 specials for Shaklee. You buy a Get Clean kit, and Shaklee will plant you a tree. The tree she's holding, hopefully with lots of butterflies. Shaklee is partnering with the American Forests and will plant a tree in your home. Also, membership, as I mentioned to you earlier, is free this month with a purchase. How easy is this to choose Green Clean? Why I love Shaklee. Why I chose Shaklee. They walk the walk. Okay, back to our presentation. If you're interested in the products I've covered in this webinar, I should back up a minute and say, I think I want to ask you to take a note in the chat and see if there's anything that I have talked about today that has been impressive to you. I see, Karen, you made a note about the dryer sheets on the market today are the #1 reason for fires in dryers, and that is true because of the chemicals involved in it and the heat that go in the dryer. I have learned with working with laundry products that if you really want to sanitize your sheets or your towels especially, or maybe your undies if people are sick, it's not the wash where you sanitize. The wash is where you're removing the debris, be it whatever. It's the dryer. The temperature's in the dryer. Dry what you're trying to sanitize on high in your dryer. It's not the washer. So washing in cool water, you can do cold with Shaklee, but the preferred water temperature with any laundry product is actually warm to allow the proper surfactants to mix in the water. So wash your clothes with your laundry detergent and then dry them on high. Throw your tennis ball in or your dryer ball and you're set to go. Any other comments here? Enter again, if you haven't, a comment or leave your address for your supply, your free sample of Basic H, the first Earth Day product. And if you want any information, I have a cookbook, so to speak, on Basic H or suggested uses. Basic H is also one of those products that are used with great enthusiasm and excitement on the farms. They're used especially in husbandry with animals because of the fact that many farms today are trying to work with organic substances and are looking for organic ways to improve their farm. So they are turning to Shaklee. Any more comments? Okie dokie, we will finish. If you're interested in the products I've covered in this webinar, whoops, I gotta get my cursor online here. Please visit my online shop, Your Source for Health. I'll send you a link to my shop in the chat box here in the webinar, and I think Bob or Anna can put that in, or maybe Karen. It's really simple. It's jessen.myshaklee.com, and that's what's illustrated on this screen is the actual Shaklee website. Those of you, and I think everybody on this may be Shaklee members, you have easy access into your own site. All you have to do is register your membership number and you can shop online. There is no cost for you to shop online. Shopping online is not a website. So if you aren't shopping online right now, I really encourage you to do so because then you can also have the advantages of auto ship. Join my wellness center. MaryJessen.com is the other one. That's the one I want you to remember. I'd love to invite you to create a free account in my wellness center and get VIP access to my entire library of Shaklee-focused wellness content. That can be kind of scary because it's not all Shaklee-focused wellness. There are other articles there. Join and you'll get insider scoops on which food supplements can help you with common ailments. That's always interesting. Right now, in fact, with looking at knee surgery, the doctor, I have been advised that I should be boosting my vitamin C for pain and especially for pain after surgery. So increase my vitamin C going into surgery and keep that level up after surgery for a couple weeks to help with the pain and swelling after surgery. I didn't know that. That's what I got actually off of my Facebook site with a Facebook friend. Updates on Shaklee's newest products, current specials, and promotions. access to my Vitality for Life newsletter archive. If you're not subscribed to the Vitality for Life, becoming a member in my wellness site will put you with that subscription, no charge, plus much more, which is including the variety of ebooks available for you to read or download, whatever you choose to do so. I really like this Wellness Center. It's loaded with a lot of helpful information on all sorts of topics. I recommend you check it out. Share it with your friends. And again, I stress to you, there is no obligation for especially non-Shaklee people to join Shaklee. It's just the information there is really very informative. You can also join my wellness group on Facebook. Wellness Makes Sense, not Wellness Corner. Wellness Makes Sense. You may have heard me talk about that. That is my wellness page on Facebook. And again, where I got the information about the surgery was through friends on Facebook, which happened to be a doctor. So I'm inclined right now to, when I did some research based on what he told me, I'm going to increase my vitamin C with Vitalized Immunity, which is a vitamin C tablet. I'd like to invite you to join this wellness community. I created a group called Wellness Makes Sense Group to help you stay updated on Shaklee's current specials, new products, and to offer helpful wellness information and more. Had to create a group because you can't talk specific products or be trying to encourage sales on an open site. It has to be according to Facebook's rules in a closed group. So please consider joining the group too. The links are there. Post what you like best about this webinar. Share what you like best about what you learned in my Facebook group. Check out my hub site, which again is maryjessen.com. You'll find links to contact me and follow me at the bottom of every page, illustrated there on the left. And in the middle, you'll also find ways to be able to link with me with LinkedIn and Pinterest for more information. In both cases, I have a good following on both. You can also check out my upcoming events. Next Tuesday, a week from tonight, at 7:30, I'm going to do a Get Clean product demonstration here at the house. If you would like to come in and touch, smell, feel, see a demonstration, or just come in for some games and food, you're welcome to come. Check the calendar, it's on there. Please RSVP, as it's always nice to know how many people for food. Checked. You got any comments coming up here? Oh, thank you, Anna. You put down the first one, Jessup, my Shaklee is the Shaklee site, and Mary Jessup is the hub site. Please put down too, thank you, Karen, my Wellness Makes Sense, if you're doing that, because that's the group pages to look for. There's an open group right now, but I think that will slowly fade away to the closed group. Thanks again for joining this wellness webinar. I hope this webinar gave you some alternative education as to what is available. Maybe I've got one more. Is what available for you and your family. There are self-type alternatives for cleaning. All Shaklee products are guaranteed 100% money back. So if you should get, say, a bottle of laundry detergent and decide, no, I just don't like that, I can't give up my favorite detergent, I really have been raised on that detergent and I just can't give it up, we'll give you your money back. Shaklee stands behind every product it sells. Join Shaklee, try our Get Clean products. You have nothing to lose but the chemicals under your sink and in your house. Remember, by purchasing a Get Clean pack, if you haven't done so for your home and family, Shaklee is planting a tree in your honor, working with American Forests to plant another 1 million trees. Shaklee not only talks the talk, but walks the talk. I look forward to seeing you on my next event. Hopefully you are able to stop in next Tuesday evening. Thanks again for attending. Don't forget to register for your free basic H sample. At least give me a yes or no. And please leave any comments or on the chat. If you would like, you can unmute your you can unmute yourself, and let's see if you have anything to say. Hello, hello. Who do I hear? Any comments out there? Thank you, Patty. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you, Karen, for the newsletters. Patty, if you're not getting one, I'll definitely make certain you get one. It is nice to know that we have choices to get rid of toxins in our homes. And we have a company that's 100 years old to be able to try. Not something that a movie star has decided to invest her money in, but a company that's actually backed by Nobel scientists. That tells a lot to me. Oh, what is this? I used it. I used to be on emergency and daily inhalers, daily asthma meds, and multi-daily allergy meds. I switched to LOC years ago and Shaklee a few years ago, and gradually dropped emergency, then daily inhalers. Oh boy, bless you, Gail. Then last year stopped asthma daily med, and this year only one small allergy tablet for spring, or if spend weekends with other pets. I feel so much better. Absolutely no spray aerosols, or spritz in my home. Do you know, though, that you can use, if you choose, Gail, and all of you, you can use the Basic G as the room deodorizer, which I have done sometimes in the bathroom. I just caution you, what I usually do is I spray it into the sink or into the potty, because you don't want to make your floor wet and then have another problem. But Basic G does make a safe product to use for getting rid of bad odors. But be careful where you spray it. I mean, don't be spraying it up in the air so it's falling on you and on the floor. But Gail, I'm so happy for you. I really, really am. That is terrific. Here we say, I always call the cleaning products for bathroom spray and run. Usually the FDA doesn't approve or disapprove most cleaning products because the manufacturer doesn't label what's in them. Yes, that's what's sad. Any other comments tonight? With that, then, I thank you for attending, and hopefully you can stop in on next Tuesday night, or would like to give a call, and be glad to bring it over to do any show and tell at your house, whatever works for you. God bless you all, and thanks again for attending.